This week's episode is called Thankful for Disney. And it's a special one. Because the stories you're about to hear aren't just about moments of joy. They're about what it means to be seen, supported, and included. Disney magic looks different for everyone. But for some, it means finally having a place where you don't have to explain yourself 24/7. Where kindness is the language, and belonging is part of its design. Our first story comes from a parent whose family has found something rare inside the parks. Peace.
Disneyland has always been a very special place for us as a family, but ever since my son was diagnosed with autism over 10 years ago, it's been a place of refuge for us as a family with a child who has severe disabilities. I can't really ballpark one specific instance, it's just the entire experience. With the onset of the DOS Pass, Disability Access Services, it makes it possible for us as his parents to just relax. There are so many instances when you're the parent of a child with a disability where everywhere you go, you get stared at, you get made fun of, you have to say sorry for their behavior, whatever the case may be. But at Disneyland, it's just so welcoming, and there's just a shorthand where you don't have to explain yourself. When you have the DOS, and because everybody's trained accordingly, everyone understands what our needs are, and from riding the rides and not having to stand in line that makes him upset, to the mobile ordering so you don't have to stand in line to go get food. Everything happens so seamlessly, so it makes it to where we relax. I will say, for the past 4 years, we have stayed at the Disneyland Hotel each time we've gone, and the experience is just so above and beyond. I can't even describe it. As soon as the workers see my son and see our family, they just get so excited that he's so happy, that they've done everything from leaving us signed copies of photos to chocolates on our pillow. I just feel so loved and welcomed and taken care of when we're there, and it's just such a nice change.
That's what I love about stories like this. Because the magic isn't just in the fireworks or the music. It's in the relief of not having to apologize 24/7. And it's in the way that cast members listen, adapt, and care. It's also in the quiet spaces that let families just exist comfortably. Our next story continues that same heart, but in a slightly different way. This story was written by someone who wanted to share their story, but didn't feel comfortable using their own voice to do so. And that's okay. Their story still belongs here, along with so many others. For this recording, I read their words and used voice modulation to make it sound more like them. It's not something I'll mention every time, but I did want to share it here just so others know. If speaking isn't possible or comfortable, your story still has a place on What Makes the Magic.
As someone with cerebral palsy, I believe in celebrating abilities and strengths of people with disabilities. Cerebral palsy is a part of my story, but it does not define me. Everyone deserves to be seen, supported, and included. That is why Disney means so much to me. Disney is one of the few places where I feel truly free to enjoy life at my own pace. Their accessibility and kindness allow me to experience the same magic as everyone else without feeling different. I get to laugh, explore, and just be myself. Disney reminds me that joy is for everyone. Magic is for everyone. Inclusion should be the norm, not just the exception.
These stories are a gentle reminder that magic isn't always in what we see. Sometimes it's in what we feel. The calm that comes from being understood, the comfort of knowing you belong exactly as you are, and the compassion that turns accessibility into joy. Disney's magic lives in those quiet details, and in the cast members who make space for every story, every pace, every person. It's proof that kindness is the most timeless kind of magic there is. If you've ever had a moment like that, the kind that reminds you why Disney feels like home, I would love to hear your story. Send us a message on Instagram or to our email to find out how to become part of a future episode. But until then, take a moment to see the parks through someone else's eyes. Because it's about all of us, together, making the magic.